right, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, good evening. We are conducting this meeting both in person and allowing remote participation via Zoom pursuant to the governor's disaster order resulting from the ongoing pandemic. Today is October 14th, 2021. The time is 7 p.m. and this meeting is called to order. I will now call the roll. Trustee Ara,
Here.
Trustee Kennedy,
Here.
Trustee Micah,
Here.
Trustee Posh,
Here.
Trustee Moon,
Here.
Trustee Carr,
Here.
President Nettermeyer is here. And also present, we have Attorney Liz Wagman from Tressler LLP. We have Police Chief Ritz. We have Director of Public Works Grantland, Building Commissioner Zartler, Engineer Lynch, and I believe we have Justice Water Commissioner Mary Jane Manella. Thank you. All right, we have a quorum, and let's all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. If I could please ask our law enforcement officials to lead us in the pledge. October is Willow Springs, in Willow Springs, it's Police Appreciation Month. So we would be so honored to have our law enforcement lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you.
The flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you to our law enforcement. Our first item tonight is a presentation, and it's a very special presentation. It is to Matthew Szyszki. It's a commendation, and I'm going to ask Chief Ritz if we could give that now. Are we ready for it?
No. Are you guys on the way? Just go ahead. That's all right. You sure? Yeah.
We can go back to it. We can go back to it till we get more people here. Let's give everybody a few minutes to get here so we make sure that everybody's included in the presentation, if you don't mind. We can move on to our first item of business, which is combined committee meeting minutes for the board meeting of September 9th, 2021. Those minutes are on our board pack, and I'm going to ask for a motion to approve those minutes. May I have that motion?
I'll make that motion. Second.
Okay, I'm going to say we have a motion by trustee Micah and a second by trustee Moon. Is there any discussion? Okay, there being none, roll call vote. Trustee Ara,
Aye.
trustee Kennedy,
Aye.
trustee Micah,
Aye.
trustee Posh,
Aye.
trustee Moon,
Aye.
and trustee Carr.
Aye.
All ayes and those minutes carry. Let's move on now. I think some people are starting to filter in, but let's move on now to the report of the village president. I have a first item of business, and that is appointment of Terry Carr Sr. as village president pro tem. Under our village code, the president pro tem carries out the duties of the president in his or her absence. May I have a motion to appoint trustee Carr to the position?
I'll make it. Second.
We have the motion by trustee Moon, and we have the second by trustee Posh. Discussion. Okay, roll call vote, please. And that's me. Trustee Ara,
Aye.
trustee Kennedy,
Aye.
trustee Micah,
Aye.
trustee Posh,
Aye.
trustee Moon,
Aye.
and trustee Carr.
Aye.
All ayes, and that carries. Thank you all very much. My second item is ordinance 2021-0-16, and that is an ordinance regarding remote participation in all village meetings. As a background, when we looked into our village code recently for clarification on this issue, we noticed that the code required some updating. So as a housekeeping measure, we have this remote policy before us today, and it mirrors the current state law. May I have a motion to approve the ordinance before us?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by trustee Micah,
Second.
Second. Well, whatever.
second by trustee Kennedy. Thanks, guys. Any discussion? Okay, let's do a roll call vote. Trustee Ara,
Aye.
trustee Kennedy,
Aye.
trustee Micah,
Aye.
trustee Posh,
Aye.
trustee Moon,
Aye.
and trustee Carr.
Aye.
All ayes and that policy carries. Thank you all. And my last item is Resolution 2021-R-16, and that's a resolution adopting a whistleblower policy. As a background on this one, our attorneys notify us of passage of recent legislation effectively requiring that municipalities have certain specific measures in place to prevent whistleblower retaliation. So to comply with that legislation, our legal counsel drafted this resolution that we have before us, and I'm asking for a motion to approve it.
So moved.
Okay, we have the motion by trustee Posh and the second by trustee Micah. Discussion on this one? Okay, then we'll do a roll call vote for this one. Trustee Ara,
Aye.
trustee Kennedy,
Aye.
trustee Micah,
Aye.
trustee Posh,
Aye.
trustee Moon, and trustee Carr. All ayes, and that one carries as well. Thank you all very much. And I think it looks like we've had some more people filter in, so we're good to go. So let's back up now, if we will, to this very special presentation we have for Matthew Zaziski. Thank you all for being here, and I'm going to ask Chief to lead the way on this department commendation. Thank you.
I'd like to invite everybody from the Willow Springs Police Department and Justice Police Department, come on up. And our wonderful team members and we're all in the audience. I'd like to also introduce a special guest from Special Olympics, Mr. Dan McIntyre. Come on up. And presentation that we're making tonight, our Willow Springs Police Department and Village and the Justice Police Department, we combined a team to get into the playful event in O'Hare Airport, which is for Special Olympics, and which raises money for all the special athletes who participate in the summer games. And at one point with this team here, we had the fastest team going. We did a really great job. And that's all because of our team captain. And I'd like to introduce Mr. Matthew Suzuki, who was our team captain of Team Willow Springs and Justice. Great work and job that he did, taking some matches for both police departments. If you present to another shirt, you can have a nice wardrobe, Willow Springs and Justice stuff for it. So, but we're here on behalf of the Willow Springs Police Department, we'd like to present this department commendation to Mr. Matthew Suzuki in recognition of his community excellence. Willow Springs Police Department would like to recognize our team captain, Mr. Matthew Suzuki, for his tremendous team spirit and leadership for our playful event for Special Olympics. Team Willow Springs and Justice was the second highest fundraising team in the event, with over 50 teams and 20 members on each team. Matthew's dedication was tremendous motivation for the success in our fundraising efforts for Special Olympics. Matthew, your actions reflect the highest standards of devotion to your teammates and to Special Olympics. We would like to present you with this department commendation on this day, October 14th, 2021. Dan is a representative from Special Olympics. If you'd like to come up and say anything on behalf of Special Olympics, Illinois, who is one of the fabulous organizations that are out there, and both of our departments who participated in the Coffee for Champions. I think between both of our departments, we raised over about $10,000, and the fundraising efforts just for the Plainville was about $5,500. It's the second highest fundraising. That was thanks to our team captain who led the team out there to pull that big old jet. He says at one time we did have the fastest time that was out there. So again, like Chief
guys are doing here is absolutely fantastic for not only law especially. And it's a testament to your guys' character, setting a civilian with a police commendation. That goes to show how much work you put in and the respect they have for you. It's not easy sometimes to earn those awards. So I commend you on it, and guys. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you all very much, and congratulations again. Okay, so we've moved through the president's report. There is no administrator report. We'll move on to the village clerk's report, and I will take that one this evening. And while we're on the notion of community service, I want to first say thank you to all of those who have been responsible for the community service in the way of decorating the village and our boardroom with all the pretty fall decorations. I've heard lots of wonderful things about it and lots of compliments, and we thank you for that. Also, as I mentioned earlier, October is Police Appreciation Month in Willow Springs. Don't forget to recognize our wonderful police department for the outstanding job they do. One way you can do that is by putting up a blue light, but there are lots of ways. So however you see fit, just know that last year we started this with a resolution that every year going forward, October is Police Appreciation Month. Wicked Willow is happening on Friday, October 29th at Lions Park from 6 to 8 p.m. This is a fun event for families in the village. There will be games, hay rides, refreshments, candy, and more. Please pre-register children by calling the Village Hall. Halloween is Sunday, October 31st, and trick-or-treating hours have been set from 2 p.m. until 8 p.m. And also mark your calendar for our first ever Willow Springs Winterfest. It is happening at the Village Center on Saturday, November 27th. That is the Saturday after Thanksgiving. It's from 2 p.m. until 8:30 p.m. And this event comes as a response to all the positive feedback from Willow Fest, where people said we should do something similar in the winter. It's a one afternoon event where there will be holiday craft vendors, pictures with Santa, food and drink, a tree lighting ceremony, and more. So more details to come on that. That concludes the clerk's report. So we will move on to the village engineer report. Dan Lynch.
President Nettermeyer.
Thanks.
In your packets this evening, you have a memo from me regarding the Willow Glen subdivision and a minor change to a segment of the property line. Following my memo is a red line showing the property line as it was on the plat that the board approved about 2 years ago, and in black is their current proposed property line. The reason for the change was to adjust for the parking lot as constructed on the restaurant parcel. So we reviewed the village code, and we came to the conclusion that the change could be allowed administratively without coming back to the board. But in President Nettermeyer and Attorney Peck and I all agreed with that interpretation of the code, but we felt that in the spirit of openness and transparency, it would be best to bring it forward to the full board in an open meeting so that everybody was aware of this minor change. And if there's any questions, I will do my best to answer them.
Thank you so much, Dan. So what I'll do is I'll ask for the motion to ratify the change, and then we'll have a discussion on that. And if there's any questions from the board at that time, we'll take those. Is there a motion to ratify the plat change?
So moved.
By trustee Carr. Is there a second? By trustee Posh. Okay, so now are there any questions regarding this agenda item?
Dan, this is since it all came up black and white on our copies,
Oh, I'm sorry.
the squared off, the only thing changing is the squared off portion behind the restaurant.
Sure, the squared off line or the rectangular line is the original proposed property line between the Willow Glen and the Greco parcel as it's known. The line that's got a couple of bends in it is the new line.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion or questions? Okay, if none, I'll do a roll call vote. Trustee Ara,
Aye.
trustee Kennedy,
Aye.
trustee Micah,
Aye. Aye.
trustee Moon, trustee Carr.
Aye.
All ayes and that carries. Thank you, Dan. And did you have anything else?
Nothing further.
All right, thank you very much. We'll move on to the village treasurer report. There is none. Justice Willow Springs Water Commission, Commissioner Manella. Do you want a mic so we can get it on record?
I think, yeah, it's working. Okay, so I passed out some materials for you guys this evening. I apologize that it was not in your packet, but I actually only got it this afternoon. First, I'll give an update on the existing water main project going on. The project is in fact on schedule. The water main has been replaced cliff to Oakwood, and it is pretty much ready to connect. We are still doing directional boring by the ravine. We're hitting lots of rocks, but we're making progress. It's nice that the residents have been very cooperative throughout this process. So on to the smart water meters. What I've given you is a packet of materials from Calumet Plumbing, or Calumet City Plumbing, I should say. The first page is an email that I received today from Colleen Kelly, who's the executive director at the Water Commission. The back page of it has the suggested schedule for this, okay? So basically, next Wednesday, we're having a pre-construction meeting. Included in this packet is the original proposal from Calumet City Plumbing, including the letters and notifications that will be sent to the different residents, okay? So this timeline on this first page talks about when some of those notifications are going to be going out, okay? So I encourage you to review the materials. If you have any, I'm sorry, like I said, I'm sorry I would have gotten them to you earlier, but I just got them today. I will be back on the meeting of the 28th, I believe. And if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them at that time. These are not scheduled to begin installation until the 8th of November, okay? Does anybody have any questions? Fred?
Mary Jane, the meeting we had earlier this year
Mhm.
with the plumbing company,
Mhm.
some residents understand that some of this project has been done already as far as the
yes.
readers?
Yeah, some people already have smart meters,
Okay,
right?
thank you.
Sure. There's a lot of information contained in the materials that I gave you. If you want to know more about what they're going to be doing and how they're going to be addressing the residents, it's all in there. But again, I'm available to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you very much, Mary Jane.
Thank you.
Great information. And then you said if we have questions, we can reach out to you, right? Okay. Thank you. All right, very good. We'll move to reports of standing committees, Finance and Administration Committee. Trustee Ara.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to approve item 6A1, warrant number 21-0-18, dated September 23rd, 2021, for payroll and expenses in the amount of $100,936.71. All fund expenses in the amount of $206,902.57 for a total amount of $307,839.28.
Okay, Trustee Ara, thank you for that motion. Is there a second?
I second.
By Trustee Posh. Discussion? We'll do a roll call vote. Trustee Ara,
Aye.
Trustee Kennedy,
Aye.
Trustee Micah,
Aye.
trustee Posh,
Aye.
trustee Moon,
Aye.
and trustee Carr.
Aye.
All eyes and those carry.
Okay, moving on to the second item, I'd like to make a motion to approve item 682, warrant number 21019 dated October 14th, 2021. Payroll expenses in the amount of $91,069.28. All fund expenses in the amount of $209,889.36 for a total of $300,958.64.
All right, and you made the motion. Is there a second?
No second.
By trustee Micah. Discussion? We'll do a roll call vote for these warrants. Trustee Ara,
Aye.
trustee Kennedy,
Aye.
trustee Micah,
Aye.
trustee Posh,
Aye.
trustee Moon,
Aye.
and trustee Carr.
Aye.
All eyes for those as well, and those carry. Thank you, trustee Ara. And did you have more to report on this evening?
Yes, I have a couple things I would like to say. First of all, I want to thank everyone involved with the resurfacing project of Willow Springs, and specifically Willow Springs and Cochrane Road intersection, which is kind of a high visibility area that was in need of a lot of repair. It was really something that needed to be done over a long, long period of time. And while I understand it's not necessarily a village proper street, but it still reflected poorly on Willow Springs by the people who visited the forest preserves and the trails. And so for a very minimal cost, as part of our 2021 road resurfacing project, we've corrected a village eyesore, a safety issue, and the perception of visitors to Willow Springs. So all those involved, I really want to say thank you. I know that Director of Public Works, Keith Grantland, was part of it, and most likely a few others, but it was more than needed for a long period of time. So it's great to see that all taken care of. So thank you very much. Next thing I would like to move on to is just an update on the 2022 budgeting process, because we continue to move along to get to a balanced budget. Getting the wants and the needs of the town and the financial strategies in place. So we had a recent review of expenses and revenues to get everything a lot tighter. I just got an update yesterday, so we're a lot closer, and those numbers are still being refined. We've also checked that against our wish list of items from the July 17th meeting that we had for the 2022 budgeting process. So we've met a lot of the needs there, but we're still refining the numbers. I would expect in the next month that we be reviewing the budget details with all the departments for the final adjustments before the board review. And we are still targeting final budget approval near the end of the year this year. So a lot of work still going on, but we've made a lot of headway in a positive way. So I think you'd be pleased once you get the numbers. Does anybody have any questions regarding any of that or what's going on? Okay, I'll take silence as a good thing. And then the last thing I'd like to talk about is in your board packet, I believe it's page 74, is a document which is a new high-level financial report that has been added to our packet. And this report is from the Village MIS Financial Software Program, and it's documented in the title of Fund Income Summary. And it's something I've been looking at with the help of a few others. We've gone back to January and pulled out each monthly report to take a look at the trends of revenue versus expenses to ensure that we stay within budget and no negative cash flows. So the report you'll see is actually through September year to date. So you'll see the current year to date revenues, are not exceeding the year-to-date expenses by over $450,000 at this point right now, which is a good thing. But it's been as high as 1.3 million back in March when we had an influx of cash related to taxes and so forth. But to give you a perspective of monthly cash flow, here are some numbers. In expenses, we've been fairly consistent over the last 3 months, varying from 495,000 to about 545,000 a month. But while revenues for that same period of time have varied more dramatically from like 605,000 to 295,000. So you can see how the revenue cash flow fluctuates. But we continue to monitor this and watch for the trends and, make sure that we have the right oversight for our financial responsibilities to the town and the residents. But if you have any questions or want to discuss that report in more detail, we could always drill down. Feel free to contact me and we'll pull up some other reports. So that just concludes my report on the finance.
Okay, trustee Ara, thank you very much. We will move on now to Public Safety Committee, trustee Kennedy.
Thank you, Mayor. The only thing I've got for this evening, which you touched on, is it's Police Appreciation Month in October. So if you can hang out or put a blue bulb in appreciation for our officers and all they do, that would be wonderful. And then any donations that anybody would like to make, or maybe buy the police department some pizzas or dinner or something, that would also be a wonderful thing to do. And that is all I have for this evening, unless Chief has anything else.
I'd like to thank everybody for, the recognition for Police Memorial Week and the outstanding support. And we had the presentation, our team captain, Matthew Suzuki, on behalf of Special Olympics. And what I'd like to really extend my thanks to is the support of Special Olympics and our participation in it. It starts with Mayor Nettermeyer and everybody on the board. And we thank you very much. And the community support and fundraising all comes from everybody out there. And it doesn't happen without you and your generous contributions and your recognition to Special Olympics Illinois, which I think is a phenomenal organization. So on behalf of us from Team Willow Springs and Justice, we'd like to thank Mayor Nettermeyer, the board, and especially you, our community, for the support that you give us and provide for us. So thank you very much. With that, you have I gave you our incident reports for the month from September 1st on for our 145 reported incidents. Since September 1st of last month, we've written 328 citations, handled 30 motor vehicle accident reports, and in all, the officers made 169 traffic stops from there. And this month too, it's hopefully not forgotten, is in support of cancer awareness and prevention this month. And one of our officers made these T-shirts with the pink for the cancer representation of it. And he's going to drop off an order sheet if anybody is interested in purchasing a Willow Springs Police Department shirt on behalf of cancer awareness. And the shirts are $15, and anything above an extra large is $18. So, and we ordered some decals for the car, our squad cars, to put on that to recognize again those who have battled and those who are battling and those who have lost their lives to cancer, that deadly disease. So thank you very much, and that's my report.
Thank you very much, Chief. And thank you, trustee Kennedy. All right, moving on to Municipal Building and Grounds Committee. Trustee Micah is our Municipal Building and Grounds Chair. But under this report tonight, we have another special sort of development here. It's Resolution 2021-R-15. It's a resolution appointing the following commissioners to Parks and Recreation Commission. We have Doug Shodey, Dominic Destees, Jennifer Hennessy, Cindy Draconis, Victor Juskus, Jean, Micah, and Keith Smith. And they are all being appointed to the terms stated there in the resolution. And I'm going to ask for a motion to approve the resolution.
So moved. Second.
Motion by trustee Moon, I heard. Is there a second?
I'll second.
By trustee Micah. Now, is there any discussion? Rick, is there anything you'd like to say about the process? Or Rick's done a great job in gathering the candidates together. They've went through a process where they nominate themselves online.
I'm
And-
just looking,
Go ahead.
I'm just looking forward to getting this started and having it take off. I think we're gonna do a lot of good things in the parks. Make them more useful to be used by the public. And I think it's just gonna be a great team we got together there.
All right, very good. Any other discussion on the resolution? Okay, then let's do a roll call vote, please. Trustee Ara,
Aye.
trustee Kennedy,
Aye.
trustee Micah,
I,
trustee Posh, trustee Moon, and trustee Carr. All right, all ayes. And we have some of our commission members here tonight. Would you mind standing up just so we can say thank you to you all? Thank you for signing on for the commission. Looking forward to lots of good things to come. Thank you, guys.
thank you, guys. Congratulations.
All right, is there anything else for building and grounds, trustee Micah?
No,
No.
Madam President, no.
All right,
No, there's nothing.
all right. I know, you're so far away. All right, we've got then Public Works Committee, trustee Posh.
Thank you, Madam President. Before I read the Public Works, I do have my report being the liaison for the Beautification Commission. We did have a meeting on the 14th, and some of the things that were discussed were the shredding event. That was a success, and all donations brought in $560. If it was still light out when you came in, you might have noticed the bricks that are in the pathway coming up. There's still plenty of applications. It might be a great gift for the holiday if you want to dedicate a brick to somebody, and we'll install it out in front. And those applications can be found in Village Hall. The Willowshire Estates entrance has been trimmed by Senate Tree Service. The willow tree by the electric sign is scheduled to be trimmed, and the alley by Legacy Garden Park will be graded. All gardeners at Legacy Park need to clean out their plots by October 31st to have their $50 deposit refunded. And thank you to all the gardeners and everyone who participated in our educational program this year, and looking forward to a great season next year. Thank you to the fall decorators for all the cleanup and beautiful autumn displays around the village. You know who you are. I don't think they stopped outside. I think they came and took care of this too, if I'm not mistaken. Very nice. Thank you. They are planning now for the Not So Serious Bingo, which will take place January 22nd. And our next meeting will be on November 9th. Please check the village website for any details. Now on to Public Works. The last regular branch pickup is October 25th. Road project is complete. And like Trustee Ara said, you won't lose your car going into the Speedway gas station anymore. That's really helped out. Thanks, Keith, and whoever you worked with on that. They'd also been out doing pothole patching, and they will continue that until the plant closes in November. They did a great number of streets with the hot box that we purchased last year, so they weren't just filling in sections, they were cutting sections out and replacing them. So they did a nice job on that. One pump in the Renaissance lift station went down a week ago. We got it back on Tuesday, installed it yesterday. Both new police cars are upfitted and in service. The old village administration car has also been upfitted, and that's currently on the street as a part-time vehicle for the part-time patrolmen. new parking lot lights in Village Hall. You'll notice when you go out, you'll be able to find your car. All lights in the parking lot at the community center are now working, and from what Keith surmises, it's been quite a few years since they weren't all working. And finally, he's been in contact with a pavement management company. We went over the details today about what that involves for the town, and I'll let Keith explain anything he wants.
Thank you. When me and Trustee Pash were in St. Louis, we did a lot of research down there, and we ran across a payment management company out of Ohio that actually, I think our last pavement survey was done before you were involved, Dan. I mean, it's got to be at least 6 years old. So as far as our road conditions and stuff, I mean, 6 years, they've changed a lot. We've tried to keep up with what we have from 6 years ago on the ones that do, but this company is, comes out, they actually video every road in our town with a camera. They put it in a GIS format. They grade our road conditions from 7 different aspects of from poor to worse. What needs to be done now, future. If there's a road section that we need to see, we could bring it, I go to the address of the road. We could bring the video up instantly and for us to see that section of road. And they'll do an actual grading scale of our streets and work with our money that we allot for our road projects to tell us which ones need to be done first. And if, you know, from seal coating that to save a road for another few years, it'll be all in the report that they do. That's.
It seems like what we do now is we pick out a street, you know, okay, which one we're gonna do next year, and with the management company, they can let you know if the whole thing needs to be done. You know, if you can save some of it for a couple more years. So I think it's a good program for the city and for the village, and
Then it's actually like a cloud-based program, so it's something that, you know, Dan, our engineer, could, you know, agree, disagree. We could meet and talk about what the project is. This whole process takes approximately 60 days from start to finish. It's like 2 days of in-town work and the rest is computer work on their end. It comes in, the whole thing is under $10,000 to have it done. But it's something to think about and go through the board with.
Could I just mention one other thing? At the senior center, you know, where you come back out of the parking lot in the back entrance,
Yes.
that road is so terrible. Could we possibly look at that with our hot patch?
That has to be dug out because it's sunk
Oh.
so much, so it's,
Okay,
I mean,
just put it on.
it actually, it is a paving machine in there we need to dig it out in a paving machine because it's such a big section to do. Our hot backs is like, you know, a 10 by 20 area, we could do, you know, stuff like that, but that's just, the
Put it
whole
on
thing
the
needs to be
list if
done.
you could.
Yes.
I have a question about this management or paving management company. I guess the question goes to Dan Lynch is this something that you could do as part of our part of what we do with you, or do we need these guys?
It is something we could do. I don't know the details of what they provide, but that's something I can discuss with Keith.
Thank you.
I also have a question. We were briefly discussing this once before because our current street program is dated. This would fit very nicely into our development of our 5-year plan to project future costs. So I'd be interested in sitting down with Keith and Trustee Posh to go ahead and talk about this and figure out how we can plan to get this accomplished maybe in the 2022 budget and planning going forward so that we would have a better idea what the future looks like.
On this, Tom, talking to the company, and Dan could back this up, I'm sure, is this should be something that we consider doing every 3 years. With the freeze thaw cycle in our area, what's good today could be bad next year. So it's something that, I mean, the company suggested, I'm sure Dan would agree that the process that should be done every 3 years, to taking it, we get a 5-year plan out of it, but it's something that definitely, needs to be done every 3 years.
Yes, I
Yeah.
would. agree with that.
Typically, a 5-year plan gets revisited every year anyhow, so an update to an existing plan on a frequency of 3 years is not out of line. So, thank you.
Thank you for that information. Is there anything else we have to cover on Public Works?
That ends my report.
All right, very good. We will move on to License and Franchise Committee. Trustee Moon?
Unfortunately, a couple of things that we have going, people looking for property to build a couple of plants in this area has not come forward. It takes a while for them, I guess, but they have not had that successful yet. So I could say we have a new company coming in, but that's really all I got for my report, Madam President. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Trustee Moon. Building and Zoning Committee, Trustee Carr.
Thank you, Mayor. During the month of September, we issued 51 new permits that had a construction cost of $1,132,244. We did really well on permit costs for this month. The Willow Glen project on Archer paid some of their fees. So we managed to collect $229,399. And for year to date, we've issued 333 permits. Construction value, $5,407,826.85. Permit fees for the year are $372,350. Thank you. That concludes that report.
All right, and thank you very much. We have no old business tonight. We have no new business. Public comment. We'll start with anybody present in the boardroom and then we'll move to Zoom. Is there anybody signed up in the boardroom to speak? Yeah, can you grab that first, please? There's nobody listed. All right, thank you, Jean. So there's nobody listed to sign up to speak in the boardroom. We'll move to the Zoom. And if anybody on Zoom wishes to participate in public comment, I'm going to ask you now to please signify by raising your hand. Okay, and it doesn't look like anybody on Zoom wishes to participate in public comment either. So that being said, there's no need for executive session tonight. I'll ask for a motion to adjourn the meeting, please.
So moved.
By trustee Posh, and then we've got the second by trustee Moon. Discussion. Okay, I do have to do a roll call vote because we're doing by Zoom. So trustee Ara,
Aye.
trustee Kennedy,
Aye.
trustee Micah,
Aye.
trustee Posh,
Aye.
trustee Moon,
Aye.
trustee Carr.
Aye.
All ayes, and this meeting is adjourned at 7:43. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
For the whistleblower thing, there's a portion in there that requires you guys to have written procedures. We've drafted them for other clients. Do you want us to tweak it and talk to you about how to make it kind of personalized for you all?
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be good. And like, I know it, and I think it by default designates our administrator
Yeah.
as the auditor.
Yeah, is that?
The administrator, I think, would be appropriate, just that right now we don't have one. So he would normally, but we're in the process of finding a replacement for, so there is a deputy. Right now, we have a deputy administrator,
We could
so.
do village administrator, and then maybe I think about or designate kind of language for the interim.
Okay.
So let me just take note of that.